So today's Murli is the title is Self-Respect and Orders, Swaman and Farman. The revised original date of this Murli is 14th May 1977. So let us hear from Baba. Do you remain constantly happy while constantly remembering the fortune you have attained from the Father, the bestower of fortune? Out of the whole cycle, it is only at this time that you attain the most elevated fortune. It is only at this time that you experience the stage of being constantly fortunate. You will not just, you'll not attain such fortune even in the future new world, just as the Father considers the children to be the ones with the most elevated fortune. So does each one of you also move along while considering yourself to be that fortunate? Baba is reminding us about how great fortune, how fortunate we are, and what is the fortune that we have got now that we won't, get in the Satyug also. So, do we constantly have this awareness that I'm so fortunate and what is the fortune that I've got? So, this is known as being stable in your stage of self-respect, paying attention to your thoughts, words, and deeds. Firstly, constantly maintain your self-respect. Secondly, follow the Father's orders at every step. Pay attention to these two aspects. Which are those two aspects? One is self-respect and orders. As well as this, when you interact with others, give respect to them. By stabilizing yourself in your self-respect, you will constantly maintain the stage of a destroyer of obstacles. Do you clearly know what self-respect is? So Baba is explaining what self-respect is. The Father's praise is your self-respect. शिव बाबा की महिमा ही बच्चों का स्वमान है, right? So Father's praise is your self-respect. Even if you keep just one aspect of His praise in your awareness, you would automatically be able to remain stable in your stage of self-respect. By being stable in your stage of self-respect, you cannot experience any type of arrogance, whether it is arrogance of your body, intellect, name, service, or special virtue. So all that arrogance or that awareness of this is who I am, so that it won't be there. If we remain constantly stable in the self-respect, all of that naturally comes to an end, and you thereby become a constant destroyer of obstacles. Those who maintain such self-respect are always humble. That constant awareness of who I am in a very, very positive and, reminding ourselves the praise of Shiv Baba. There is a lot of stability, humility, and there won't be any kind of arrogance. They do not have any type of arrogance but remain very humble. Through this, they automatically receive constant regard from others because of being beyond any desire to receive respect. You become worthy of receiving the most elevated respect from everyone. This is an eternal law. So you constantly give respect and you constantly receive respect. Because of your stage, everyone will give respect to you. So respect from everyone is not received by asking for it, but by giving respect to others and remaining stable in your stage of self-respect. You receive respect from others as a right. By renouncing the desire for regard, you receive the fortune of being respected by everyone. Those who remain, those who maintain their self-respect do not receive respect for just this one birth, but for the whole cycle. So the connection of what we're doing now is with the whole cycle. For half the cycle, they receive respect from their royal family and subjects. And for the other half, they receive it from their devotees. You receive so much that even in your last birth, you yourself see your living form, the reward of the respect you have received, like we see in the temples today or everywhere, you know, how people are worshipping or how much respect we receive. While in the living form, you can see your non-living images. Can you not? So, what was the basis of that respect which you received for the whole cycle? Renunciation of short-lived respect. So there was no expectation that temporarily that someone should respect me a lot or any expectation like that. No. So that is you have to stabilize in your stage of self-respect. Be humble and give regard to everyone. This giving becomes a form of receiving. To give regard means to put zeal and enthusiasm into those souls, thus enabling them to move forward. Short-lived charity is performed by giving some short-lived thing or by cooperating for a short time. However, this permanent zeal and enthusiasm, that is, the treasure of happiness, the treasure of your cooperation, makes souls charitable souls for all time, and this is why it becomes the greatest charity of all. The fruit of the charity you perform in this one birth is received throughout the whole cycle. This is why it is said to give regard is not to give regard, but to receive it. Baba is giving an example in Lokik life too. When someone performs an act of charity, he is respected by everyone. However, the fruit of this elevated charity is that you become both worthy of worship and worthy of respect. Ask yourself the question to reflect: do I constantly perform such charitable acts as a charitable soul? Do I constantly perform such charitable acts as a charitable soul? Give me regard. I should receive regard. Why was respect for me not maintained? Why was the other one given respect? Are you those who receive or those who give? The feeling of asking in this way is also a royal form of begging, like give me respect. So have self-respect and give regard to others. You have to maintain your self-respect and also give regard to others. What else do you have to do? So one was like to give respect, and so you receive the respect, be in that awareness. You have to follow orders at every step. So first was of the Swaman, and the second one was now Baba is talking about to follow orders at every step. The whole world is constantly surrendered to those who follow orders at every step. Along with this, Maya too, along with her entire progeny, surrenders herself. Maya is constantly waging war against you. It proves that you are not following orders at every step because you do not follow the Father's orders constantly. Maya also does not surrender to you at a stroke. This is why Maya repeatedly wages war. And why do you repeatedly become those who cry out in distress, calling out, Maya has come, is crying out, is it not? Today she came in this form. What shall I do now? How can I finish Maya? That is this obstacle. Because of not surrendering at a stroke, Maya cries out, and you also cry out. Therefore, follow orders, and Maya will surrender to you. When you surrender to the Father, Maya will surrender to you. That's why it is very important to follow Baba's orders at every step. The method of following orders is so easy. Self-respect and following orders is very easy. Is it not? By adopting this method, you will be liberated from difficulties for birth after birth. At present, you are an easy yogi, and in the future, you will have an easy life. Make such an easy life. Do you understand? Acha, to the obedient children who constantly follow orders, to those who constantly maintain their self-respect, to those who renounce short-lived, perishable respect, to those who attain the part of being respected and worshipped by everyone, to the souls who have surrendered themselves to the Father, to the loving souls who constantly give respect to everyone and who become worthy of their love. Babdada's love, remembrance, and namaste. So let us give a lot of love and remembrance to our Babdada and say namaste. So, is the Pandav army on the battlefield? Pandavas are known as Mahavirs. A Mahavir means one who is constantly a conqueror of Maya. Mahavirs are never afraid of Maya, but they challenge Maya. No matter what form Maya comes in, you have to recognize her with the power of discernment and become victorious. So, have you developed the power of discern? Are you able to recognize Maya from a distance when she's coming, or do you recognize her when she begins to attack you? The sharper your power to discern, the more you will be able to chase away Maya from distance. If you chase her away after she has come, time is wasted. Then, having come, she sometimes even sits down. Therefore, you must not allow her to come. Nowadays, you have to practice being far-sighted. Scientific instruments help see things from a distance. Previously, when storms came, you had to make preparations to protect yourself from them. But it is not like that anymore. Now, when you know that there is a storm coming, you try to avert it. Since science is advancing, how far advanced the power of silence has to be? In order to chase Maya away from a distance, constantly remain stable in the Trikaldarshi stage. You have to see every aspect in the three aspects of time, in terms of what the situation is, what its present form is, be aware of that, of the form that it came in earlier, and how can you finish the form that it has come now in. So when you see the three aspects, what the situation is, what is the present form, how did it come earlier, and how can we finish it now. So Maya's attack will not be instrumental in defeating you. However, because you do not look at everything in the Trikaldarshi stage, you only see the present. And this is why there is sometimes victory and sometimes defeat. There isn't constant victory. Maya can never be safe from those who remain stable in their Trikaldarshi stage. It's very important to stay in that awareness and see things from the three aspects of time. If Maya wages war again and again, you'll not be able to experience supersensuous joy even if you want to. The praise that supersensuous joy is a blessing of the confluence age, that it cannot be experienced in any other age, is the experience of the present time. So if you have not experienced supersensuous joy, then what have you accomplished as a Brahmin? The speciality of being a Brahmin is to experience supersensuous joy. And if you haven't done this, you haven't done anything. So check that you're constantly staying in supersensuous joy. So there are question and answers with Bab Dada. Let us go through that. So the first question is, what would be the signs of those who have supersensuous joy? Answer: those who remain in supersensuous joy will never be attracted to the joy experienced through the physical organs. Just as a wealthy person walking along a street is never attracted to anything because he's full and complete. In the same way, those who stay in supersensuous joy will consider the pleasure gained through the physical organs to be like poison. So would anyone be attracted by poison? In the same way, they would remain constantly beyond the pleasure experienced through the physical organs. They would not have to labor, but because of being knowledgeful, they would recognize all of that is the pleasure through the physical organs to be degraded. If while moving along you become attracted to the pleasure of the physical organs, it proves that you're lacking something in your experience of supersensuous joy. You have the desire to experience this, but have not attained it. It means that you're still a seeker, not a child. A child is one who has a right, whereas a seeker is one who just has a desire. It is not that you have the desire to attain something, but you have already attained it. You are those who experience the happiness of this right. Constantly maintain the supersensuous joy. For how many births have you been experiencing pleasure through these physical organs? You also know that what attainment you gained through that. Do you not? So how easily and simple, way Baba is explaining this and having us reflect this. You also know what attainment you gained through that. Do you not? What did you attain? You earned something and then lost it. Since you have lost it, why are you still attracted to it? there is still a little time for the attainment of supersensuous joy. If you don't attain it now, you will never attain it. If you don't make a bargain for it now, you will never. You still keep thinking about it. Should I discard this or not? The Father says, let go and you will become free. You say, I'm not able to let go. You yourself are holding on to it. And you then say, you're not able to let go. You are the creators. And so don't let this make you stumble again and again. There's another question. What special virtue do you have to adopt to be always unshakable and immovable? What special virtue do you have to adopt to be always unshakable and immovable? Answer is become one who picks up virtues. If you pick up virtues in every situation, you will not fluctuate. To pick up virtues means to have feelings of bringing benefit. When you see defects, there are feelings of misfortune and there will be fluctuation. To see virtues in defects is known as picking up virtues. Even while seeing defects, you should pick up virtues. Pick up virtues from those who have defects. Just as they are firm in their defects, you have to remain firm in your virtues. Become one who picks up virtues, not defects. Absorption. So what are we kind of picking up? Always our attention should go on the virtues. What are some good things that we see? So just observe and absorb. Another question is, what food will make souls constantly powerful? What food will make souls constantly powerful? Answer is that of happiness. It is said there is no nourishment like happiness. Those who maintain their happiness will be powerful. By using the shield of the drama very well, you will remain constantly happy and never wilt. If you constantly have the awareness of the drama, you will never wilt. You will have constant happiness even in your intellect and not just in the form of knowledge. No matter what the scene is, you should seek benefit for yourself from it, and you will remain constantly happy. To come to such an elevated land means to be very fortunate. In order to keep this fortune constantly, pay constant attention to your stage, remaining stable. To be stable means to be lost in the sweetness of one, that nothing else attracts you. If your intellect is pulled to any other sweetness, you will then not be able to remain stable, because constantly you'll remember the person, thing, or whatever you're attracted to. So fill yourself with a lot of love from the divine and be in his remembrance, constant remembrance, with a lot of love. Do you experience yourself to be knowledgeful and an ocean of knowledge? The same as the Father. To be knowledgeful means to be one who constantly performs truthful actions and doesn't waste anything. Since you are the children of the true Father and you're establishing Satyug, the age of truth, your actions should always be true. All your thoughts, words, and deeds should be truthful. This is known as being the same as the Father. Master knowledgeful, that is an embodiment of knowledge. Acha, Om Shanti. So this is the entire Murli of today, 14th May 1977. Self-respect, that is Swaman, and orders, that is Farman. So let us take 1 minute of silence, and then we move to the churning of today's Murli. Om Shanti. Yeah. Benjamin has shared something in the chat box. I'll just read. First sign, Soman and Farman, the first sign of Soman, I am a fortunate soul. It then become Vigna Vinashak. Praise of Father is my self-respect. All kinds of arrogance comes to an end. Become humble. I receive regard. Entire kalpa. I don't desire the eternal law. I renounce short-lived respect. The greatest charity. To give regard is not to give regard, but receive it. Great, thank you. Anyone else would like to share? What were your takeaways from today's Murli?
Om Shanti, brother.
Om Shanti.
So this Saman is a really great thing that which we only get at this time in Sankam Yug, right? So whatever price is fathers, right? So that that is going to be the price of us children. That's what Baba says here. So we can see these Samans as kind of a gift that we get from Baba during this time. And it's like Baba is looking at us in that form and then reminding us what we were and what our specialities were and so on. So this really, I mean, we feel so good about it, and we can renounce all sort of arrogance that we have within us, and then it's kind of really help us to come out of many of our weaknesses also. So Baba says when we stabilize ourselves in this saman, right, the self-respect, then we are automatically respected. We don't need to ask for respect, or we don't need to request for respect, so it automatically happens. So yeah, so my takeaway would be to practice the saman throughout the day, and stabilize myself in that form. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Om Shanti Dattabai.
Mm.
Om Shanti. You can hear me?
Yes.
I was just, this word Swaman is such a, what I call a motivator for us as a kind of a title. So I was just dwelling on, ये Swaman क्या चीज है? What is it? Why does it given? So it's just, I felt understanding myself a point of light hूँ. I have to understand myself not in the role I'm now, the body I am now, or the whatever I'm doing now in this body, but understanding the self in my original form, that is the tiny light. Then not going after any other light or any other limited, not to run after limited. Like this is what I used to gather when in all these murlis. And the titles, my Sahayogi Atma ho, my Dil Chiksa, Dilo Jan Atma ho, my Purvaj ho, Master Chef, the kind of Swaman which Baba gives, or he gives us the drill of the five forms of you were angel, Brahmin, and all. I always I used to think it as a point of knowledge, honestly speaking. I never used to think. But today, when Baba has just mentioned one, I just wanted your churning on it. Father's praise is your self-respect. So I just, usme aur jara, if you could put some jhalak in it. Baba is saying, Father's praise is your self-respect. My self-respect, his praise. Could you please add on to it?
Sure. Anyone else would like to talk about it, or
One reflection on this question would be Father's praise. If we look at it as Father is the purest soul, and who I am is a pure soul. So if people see me as a pure soul, is actually reflecting Father's quality in me. Could be one way to look at it. While you were asking this question, this was one reflection that all those qualities of Father um, is what all self-respects are for us. When Baba says the various different points of self-respect is who I am as a pure soul, who I am as a peaceful soul. So when I reflect this, I'm bringing Father's praise in a Lokik form in this world as well. Maybe others can add on.
Just adding on to another point, Baba is the bestower, right? So he uplift the whole world, and at this time, Sangam Yug, and he chose us to be his hands and then perform this acts of establishing the new world along with him. So in that way, if you look at it, we are his sahyogis, right? Cooperators, or we are his children, but still one way or the other, we are supporting him in this world transformation. So in that way, we are master bestowers, right? So in that way, if you look at it, Father's praise is our praise too.
Mhm. So, for me, if you ask me like how do I understand this, praise of Father is my self-respect. We give this example to people, like for example, if it is a child of elephant, it will look like an elephant, right? In the same way, if it is a human being, the father will look is a human being, in a human form. So the costume, like whatever the costume is, the child will also have the same costume as father, right? So if you see, look at our original self, going back to the very basic thing, right? If Shiv Baba is a point of light, okay, and the qualities that Baba has, I, the child, is also a point of light, a star, sparkling star. Now, whatever the qualities are in my father, like what everyone was sharing, if Baba is ocean of love, then I will be like him, but in a very, not that unlimited form, but at least that limited form, at least I'll be reflecting those qualities and values in me. Then I'll also be full of love. If he is ocean of peace, then I will be also very peaceful. Those qualities will automatically reflect in me. So whatever way we have been praising him in any form so far, those, the qualities and the praise that we have been singing, like "Tu pyar ka sagar hai," you're the ocean of love, and I'm just, that we were all thirsty of that one drop of love, but now we are actually imbibing those qualities in complete form. So Baba gave us that whole right, whole power. He has transferred it to us. So whatever he is, we are embodiment of it.
The thing why, Dattabai, I was asking you is, see, father's praise. Take, for example, I'm saying, I am the child of Mr. Ambani, and people praise my father, Mr. Ambani. So, how that one aspect praising, I'm talking the physical level first, how that one is going to give me self respect. So, am I going to be garlanded because I'm so and so and so's child? So, isn't that a limited way for me? It's something that individual, that speciality. So, when that word praise came, I thought, shouldn't it be Father's speciality? Because it is only now the Swaman and all is coming only now at the conference age. It is never there in the earlier ages, never in the Dwapar Yuga. I'm saying I got my respect. Instead, I say, Baba, I'm Nirgunari, I have nothing, you have everything. That's what we cried till the copper age. But this Swaman is only now which Baba crowns us in the thing. That's why I was just thinking, it is such an elevated thing for me to think मेरा बाप को कोई कुछ प्रशंसा कर रहा है वो मेरे लिए स्वमान है, like as if I'm throwing a velvet cloak around my body, like am I worth it just by singing praise to my father? Can I just say yes? So I just wanted to know, how do I really make it genuine?
Even
That's why I wanted to, because that's such a profound statement.
see, of course,
So that was
if
why I asked you.
if your dad is a prime minister, of course that child will have a lot of intoxication. That whose child I am. So it is in the same way, like who is my father? You know, he's the he is everything. Like where the world is seeking him, I'm sitting in his lap, and I'm getting his inheritance, and I have everything. I have, if he's with me, I have everything, and I don't have to go hunting for it anywhere. So that way, like the entire world is praising him, and whatever his praise is, that is my uh, self-respect, that whose child I am and what powers I have, what I have received as a gift from him.
Datta bhai, just to add on. Yeah, Sanjay bhai, go ahead.
In yesterday's Avyakt Murli, there was a line that Baba is Karan Karavan Har, we are Karn Hars. So Baba is Karan Karavan Har. If that becomes our Swaman, that is, as a soul, we are also Karan Karavan Har for the body. So here what we find, when the Baba's prem becomes our Swaman, we also become praiseworthy. Because unless and until we have a Swaman that I am also Karan Karavan Har like Baba, then only we become Swarajyadikari. And due to the result of that Swarajyadikari Purusharth, we become Viswarajyadikari. The answer of the question with the sister asked. Om Shanti.
So I think I agree with whatever the brother said. So Dattabai, can I say the Swaman is only in the conference age? And Swaman, I can say yes, because I recognize the Father and I have accepted him totally, 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 that he is the only one. इसलिए हम बोल सकते हैं Father's praise, because only in the conference age ये Swaman है, right?
Right. Now, again, Swaman is nothing but an affirmation, but again, earlier what what Swaman we had, it was not serving the purpose. It was again, degrading me. But this is the time when we are becoming, like a father, and in that elevated form. We are just moving in that upward journey. So this is what is helping us. Before it was there, but it was not in the right context or in the right way that we were practicing it.
I want to add one line to that, very interesting line. As why Swaman we get in this confluence age one, why only in Sangam? Because earlier we were Das, Chakar, Knocker. Now we are children of Baba. When we are children of Baba, we want to become like Baba, as is the father, as the son. Due to that only, this Swaman we get in this confluence age only when Baba comes and makes our child, not Charno ki dhool. Om Shanti.
Wonderful, Bhaji. Thank you so much.
See, the same point Baba is reflecting in today's Murli on question number 1, where he says you are not seekers, but you are child. And it's only in Sangam Yog that Baba is here. Otherwise, in all other yogs, first of all, if we go to Golden Age and Silver Age, God doesn't exist here because there's happiness everywhere. And if one more reflection in today's Murli, where Baba says, today's Swaman, today when you become the embodiment of those Swamans, is when you get prepared or you become praiseworthy in the other yugs. So the first half, that's Golden Age and Silver Age, you become praiseworthy by your mere existence in those two yugs, being pure souls. And in Dwapar Yuga, you become praiseworthy by being the deities. That was another reflection that the Murli speaks about today.
Just adding one more reflection to that same point. Like Girjaben was saying, Ambani's son, right? All of a sudden he becomes so rich, right? So similarly here, the Ambani's son, right? So he might have done the same Purshat or kind of charitable work in the past birth, because of which he took birth in that home, right? So we all understand that karma philosophy. Here also, we know what Baba is doing, coming at this time, Sangam Yug, and making us children instrument to perform that act along with him. And he often says in Murlis that it's not that actually we doing Prashad, he is actually making us do Prashad. So he will make us such praiseworthies on this journey when we, when we reach that high stage. He will make us do that. He will make us that praiseworthy. He will make us that worthy soul to wear those titles. Oh, Shanti.
Just to add to what Bijit Pai just said, yes, I think I love this aspect that I'm so worthy to be his child, to recognize it. But I should not just sit like that. I should also consider other souls are also his children. And I should be charity enough to also make them recognize the Father and bring out their Swaman. For this, which Baba said at the end of the Murli, one point which he said, I think I could add that here, be a customer of virtues. Become such a customer of virtues and really seeing good things in people. So I think today for me, the point is know my Swaman and see others Swaman. I think that's the point. Dattabai, aapke liye one more question is, what is this eternal law Baba is talking about in the Murli? एक eternal law. Sorry, मैं बहुत question पूछ रहा हूँ. That is just to make my Murli really go deep in my mind. Eternal law.
Just a second, I'm just going through it again. Okay, so Baba, this was in the context of the point of self-respect, where Baba was talking about because of being beyond any desire to receive respect, you become worthy of receiving the most elevated respect from everyone, and this is eternal law. So at this time, when we are giving a lot of respect to others and we are following his orders, his Srimad, and according to his Srimad, as we are following, being in the stage of remaining in the stage of self-respect constantly, so automatically, as we are giving respect to ourselves, we are receiving respect from others, and we receive the respect not only now, but we also receive the respect for the entire cycle. Like whatever we do now is we receive it, maybe for 21 births and also after that. So this is the time where Baba also reminds us that the time of recording. So like whatever we are feeding now, it will be seen in the entire cycle. So that is why Baba says that this is an eternal law. Like whatever you do now, it will be for recorded for the entire kalpa, and again it will be there forever. It won't change. If I missed my Murli class today, then again every kalpa, every 5,000 years, it will be missed forever. So similarly, like whatever I'm doing now, it will be there forever. So the more respect I give, I receive it. And if I'm following Baba's order and according to Baba Srimat, if I'm following it and stabilizing myself in that state, in that awareness constantly, then automatically I don't have to beg for respect, I receive it. And then it will be in the form of, like Baba said, or you'll receive the respect from the royal family and your subjects also. And after half the cycle, then all the devotees will worship and praise and give respect.
Thank you, brother. It's like the law of karma. Thank you.
So let us sit back and remember Baba. Om Shanti. Have a great day. Thank you so much, Rakhi Bhan and everyone.
Thank
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Datta Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a wonderful day.